Now we'll come to the different types of blade shapes, or there are specifically three types of blades: forward facing, radial blades, and backward facing blades. And earlier we have seen, okay, so earlier we have seen the general things which were related to the energy equation, the efficiency, manometric head, and all the energy imparted. So now coming to the blade. So first is the forward facing blade. So in this, the tip of blade is facing forward in the direction of rotation of rotor. So earlier also I have seen, if we have, this is the inlet side, this is the exit side. From here, axially it is coming inside, and radially it will flow outwards. So let's say this is the radially outward direction, perpendicular to both the inward and outward direction. So forward facing blade, let's assume this is rotating in this direction. So the forward facing blade means the outlet velocity angle is somewhere over here. And for backward facing blades, there will be somewhere in this direction, anywhere. So we can translate it, but it is away, like it is in the opposite direction to where the velocity direction is. This velocity is the u direction, blade speed, and the radial will have exactly perpendicular. So over here the beta angle, so we'll say this is the beta angle. The beta angle is greater than 90 degree for forward facing blades. And these are all related to the velocity triangles. So you must remember the velocity triangles at all times. And they are less efficient, and there are more stress, more pressures on them, more stress, and more stress means more bending stress on it. And energy for is given like U2 is greater than increasing, because the VW2 is greater than U2. So this will make sense when we see the velocity triangle. Here it is. So this is the velocity triangle. Here we have defined the beta 2, that is greater than 90, V2, VR2, VF2, VW2, and U2. So here from there we can see VW2, that is the radial direction, radial velocity is greater than the blade speed. In when we are using a, so this is the perpendicular direction to you, and this is forward facing blades. In radial blades, we have beta 2 is equal to 90. So this is exactly outwards. So in that case, relative velocity at exit is equal to radial. This is exactly radial. The VR2 comes with VF2. So this is how the velocity triangle looks like. And beta 2, that is the relative velocity. So here also it is the relative velocity angle. Relative velocity angle VR2 makes with U2, that is beta 2. And in this case, VW2 is equal to U2 exactly. And these are easy to manufacture, and we have less bending stress in this type of blades. And backward facing blades, so tip of blades are facing backward, that is opposite to direction of rotation. So U2 is in that direction and VR2 is going opposite to it. So here this is wrong, this is VR2, and this is VR2, this is VF2. So this is VF2, this is VR2. Here we will have beta 2 with respect to U2. Okay. So beta 2 is less than 90 degree, and this gives best performance at part loads, and that property is called a self-limiting characteristic. And we'll see at self-limiting characteristic in more details. That is a nature of curve we are getting with respect to backward facing blades, and that makes it best when we are using the pump or compressor also at part loads, which is at non-design points. And energy transfer reduces because VW2 is less than U2. So VW2 is less than U2, so total energy transferred is less, but we have a very special property of self-limiting characteristic with which convinces us to use backward facing blades commonly. So let's see what is this. Radial does not means it must be exactly straight. Yes, this is very important. Radial, if this is the inlet radius and this is the outlet radius, and here are the blades. If we say we have radial blade, it does not mean it should be perfectly straight at all points. It only means that at the exit, if this is the perpendicular direction, it only means that we have the velocity directed in this. That means at the end only we want a perpendicular. So over here we can have such turns, and at the end we can make it perpendicular to the blade. So the blade can have many different shapes, but at the end we should be perpendicular to that circumferential direction. That's all it means. And in the next video, we'll see at what's the slip phenomena and what kind of energy loss happens over there because of slip.